Hello and welcome to another how-to video. If you want to learn about the by-wire Eaton fire detectors, then look no further. This video should hopefully cover all of that. Are you going to be one of the only few that don't like and subscribe? Make sure you do, because we need those likes and subscriptions to make sure we continue to deliver what you guys want to see. So hit that button now. Okay, I'm Dave from DVS. Just getting over this cold, this horrible thing that's going around, so I hope you guys have been well. Today we are going to take a look at our premium fire alarm partner, Eaton. So Eaton, if you don't know who they are, go and look them up. Go and speak to one of your DVS sales rep. They are a huge company. Lots of companies they've adopted into their main Eaton brand, and they have some fantastic product in the fire and security range. We are here to talk about the Eaton by-wire product. Oh, it's been one of them days already, guys. But before you go any further, don't forget from our other, when I bring it in, from our other partner, Secureflex, using their Flame Flex cable, we have standard and the enhanced version. This is the enhanced version of their cable for your installations in stock. And currently, during the months of January, February and March, we have 10% off on that cable throughout those 3 months. We also have 10% off your first Eaton fire product order. So please do speak to your DVS sales rep to get some more information, because that's a fantastic offer. We want you to see the quality of this product. Yes, we've installed this visually so you guys can see how the product interconnect. It's good for video content. It's good for customers that come in to see how this works. Ordinarily, yes, you wouldn't do the wiring as we've done it there, but it makes for a fantastic demonstration. So what we're going to focus on, we've got the flex panel here. Don't forget, a recap, the by-wire panel from Eaton allows for a hybrid functionality. So you can have conventional, so this is the conventional half of the system, and this is their by-wire system here. So if you're using a new system, focus on the by-wire. If you're adopting an old legacy system using conventional, fine, we can support that with this flex panel, and it allows you to do the by-wire additions on that zone. So 2, 4, and 8 zone panels are available. The other great thing with the by-wire technology, if you want, the main USP is it saves installation time, costs and disruption, because as you may notice from the previous video or in front of you, manual call points, the MCPs, the fire detectors, AFDs and the sounders, so the VADs in this case, are all on the same wire. So a 2-core cable, so there's a 1.5mm 2-core cable that goes round in and out of each device back to the main panel itself. So you can put sounders, detection, manual call points all on the same zone effectively, which is absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to be compliant with the current regulations. 2-zone panel, because you're going to put the sounder next to the panel at least to have 2 separate sounder circuits. But it is literally as simple as that, guys. Mix and match on the line. You can have up to 32 devices per zone, per alarm line, etc. Do speak to us or Eaton. We've got a calculator that allows you to work out the loading for that. Then it allows you to work out your battery standbys, as you guys will already know. I've recently completed the FIA BS 5839 Part 1 2017 course. Oh, there we go. Expert now. But again, it does give me a great insight to be able to support you guys. And if you are looking for a course to provide you with the knowledge and the certification to proceed forward with fire or to grow your engineer's knowledge, etc., please do go and look at the FIA. They got some fantastic courses. One of the best online courses I've attended. They do them in person. The online one was just as good. Absolutely fantastic guys over the FIA. Okay, we're not affiliated. I just thought I'd drop that in there because caring is sharing. Sharing is caring, whichever way you want to put it. So, some of the key points about the detectors. So, 2 main detectors in the AFD range, the automatic fire detector range. As you can see here, we've got the different bases. So, we've got the standard base. We've also got the sounder and VAD base. So, as you can see here, not sure if, let me just bring you around there. You can see underneath. So, this is a sounder VAS. So, it's got a sounder and a beacon in one. So the base is very universal. Take your cable in and out. You can take the detector off. The panel is powered up. This will now go into fault in a minute. It will do it within the time period that is specified in the standard. So that'll start beeping when the device goes missing. It is powered up, isn't it? Oh, yes, I did power it up for the video. Fantastic. So the first detector we want to look at is this basic optical detector. So this is our smoke detector, effectively. So designed to pick up particles of a certain size, above a certain size. So where a smouldering fire, etc., begins, this would pick up those particles in that smoke, block the optical sensor array inside that chamber. I'm not going to take the sensor apart here, but it would block those the sensor array in there, go into fault, which would then trigger the alarm panel. That has now gone into fault. The device is now missing, so that will continue to be in fault. I can silence it. It will go back into fault if I don't replace the device. So if somebody removes the device, or the device goes into fault, or the cable's cut, it is monitored as per requirement. So this is the standard optical sensor. Say, very, very basic sensor, but one of the most commonly used is this smoke detector. And you can see here, there isn't much to it effectively. You can see the contact pin, so on each 4 corners of the green PCB, that marries up to the 4 contact points on this base, which then makes the electrical connection, which then talks back to that alarm panel there. So a very basic detector, and again, you wouldn't necessarily install them on the wall like this, but it's great for a test rig. Again, it does have the built-in LED, you can see here, but very, very standard. The bases also come with a lock device. So you can see on the video, I easily removed this device from its universal base, as I can easily put it back on. So if I find the locator, click it back in, that will clear down in a minute because it's going to automatically see the detector back and clear itself down. I could go and reset it, but we'll let it do it itself. This is now locked back into the base. If I needed to, I can lock this base. So if this is fitted in an area it's cleared now. So the fault relay clicked as well. I don't know if you heard that, but the fire fault relay actually cleared as well. You can lock these into the bases. So if you don't want them to be removed, or if they're in an area, they can be accessed and it's in an area of high moisture that could produce danger to the occupant because of the risk of electric shock, even though it's extra low voltage. We can lock that base as well. There is a locking mechanism to stop you freely removing that detector, and therefore you'd need the little tool to remove it. So each base has that in there. Most manufacturers do, as far as I'm aware. All the ones I've dealt with over the years, they do have that option if you need it. So it does have the lockable base. One of the other detectors, again, going along, we've got the plain ones, manual core point, and then obviously the VAD itself, so beaker and sounder in one. The VAD, you can change the sound and the light intensity. There's some dip switches on the back. I'm not going to take this off. There's a special locking mechanism, key that you put in the side to release it. There's some dip switches on there that allow you to adjust the tone and the flash rate of that beacon. The beacon is white in this instance, but red is also available if that is something that you would prefer. One of the other detectors which we feel is going to be a great benefit, is it this one? Nope, that's a standard optical. Put that back in its base. Yeah, this one here. I haven't got my glasses on. I need glasses now. As you get older, things start to become not so clear, guys. This one here, although it's on the standard universal base, like you saw with the rest of them, it looks exactly the same. It looks like the standard optical one we just looked at. This is the 5-in-1 detector. And you can see here the part number. So it's the by-wire. And you can see the bank of dip switches there. There are 4 dip switches. See the little tiny dip switches there? Tiny, tiny dip switches. Now, that allows you to adjust this detector to operate in the mode that is required. So a 5-in-1 sensor, if you need to change the mode, because when you go to site, it isn't in the correct mode that the specification requires. Obviously, there might need to be a variation, etc. Or it allows you to carry one detector for service and maintenance purposes and set that detector to the required operating setting. So, let me get my trusty phone out for you. The dip switch settings allow you to do optical and heat. You can have rate of rise heat, fixed heat BS and fixed heat CS, non-latching alarm auto reset, and then latching alarm. So there's 5 different settings there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 dip switches, 7 settings, depending on where the dip switches are set. So with the rate of rise, this particular one will detect a rapid increase in temperature above 60 degrees, okay? And then the class BS is above 77 degrees, so fixed rate, and there's fixed rate of 92 degrees. So depending on, obviously, if you're in an industrial kitchen and they need to go above the ovens, etc., and it's in heat, then the 77 might not be appropriate, the 92 maybe. So it depends on the environment, largely driven by specification and the environment installed in. It's beeping again because I have removed the detector. Remember, they're monitored circuits. So this allows flexibility in the installation. It really does give the power to the engineer. If you only need to carry a few of these on the van and set them up, especially if you've got a faulty one on a site visit, it may not just be faulty. It may be a false alarm that you think, actually, let's just change the detector over. It may need changing because it's not relevant to the actual installation when you go there. The specification might change, etc. And it gives you that flexibility. Instead of carrying 5 or 6 different fixed detectors, of course, the 5-in-1 is more expensive, but it gives you that flexibility. Whereas the fixed optical is extremely cheap and cost effective. But this does give the flexibility that may be required on your installations. So it's the 5-in-1 detector. I'm aware other people do have these available as well. The one thing we do, I'm going to put this back in this base. The one thing we do, when I can find the locator lug, there we are, lock it in. The one thing we do say is, obviously, this is Eaton by-wire solution. There are other manufacturers out there that may work on the same principle as this. If you're going to use Eaton, it's Eaton with Eaton in the by-wire scenario. If you're using conventional, you can use a myriad, it's a nice word, of different conventional devices. Again, speak to us so we can give you some information. But when you're using the by-wire specifically, it's Eaton with Eaton. We also sell the batteries in there. We do carry 12-volt, 4.5 amp-hour batteries. There are 2 batteries in there. The maximum that we can put in there are the 5 amp hours. So I've got 4.5s in stock currently for this. But again, it does depend on your battery calculation, your loading, etc., depending on the size of the system, what devices are on there, mix of devices, and standby time. Of course, you guys know that, and you'll be able to work that out from the battery standby calculation. Other than that, this is a fantastic system to get involved with. Like I say, cost effective, really innovative, so it allows one cable for multiple devices. The speed of installation should come down, the disruption on site should come down. And we really want to push this innovation forward to you guys. So if you've got any doubt of what this can do to you, get in contact with your DVS sales rep. Let's get an appointment booked in, whether it's here in Cardiff, come and have a look and feel, play with the equipment, whether we need to get a sales rep to your premises with your external sales rep, let's do that. Let's move forward, guys, and get you using the Eaton Fire product range. There are other fire product ranges available from Eaton, so there's other conventional and addressable devices, panels, etc. within the Eaton family, and we do have access to them. We are working on some of that stuff in the background, so that's a little bit, that's going to come in more time, but just to be aware, we do and will have full access to the Eaton Fire range that encompasses all those brands that we've talked about previously. And we're lucky to be invited to the factory, actually, that is in Wales that manufactures a lot of this detection, where we will be making another video to show you how the devices are made. So look out for that. We're super excited to be able to record that and feel privileged to work with Eaton to give that to you guys. They've never done it before. They're opening their doors and their hearts to us. Oh, God. Anyway, Eaton by-wire fire alarm panel, 248 zone, all of the devices, all of the panels, all of the batteries, all of the cable accessories are now in stock. All it remains for you is to hit the subscribe and like button and contact the DVS sales rep to get more information and start using the product. And don't forget to claim your 10% off the cable and 10% off your first fire order. Other than that, see you next week for another how-to video.